Hi guys, so I haven't really done too many videos recently. I do have parts of when I put my direct 4x4 roof rack on, but I had issues with the camera and I may be able to piece something together and put that on when I put it on. But today I wanted to have a go at having an inbuilt air compressor. So the air suspension, typical D3, problems with it. Changed all sorts of things, valves and solenoids, and the bags were all fine. It was just something in line, something electrical, so it was too much and it was getting on my nerves too much, so I opted for the spring conversion, which I did a week ago or so. It seems to be working really well. I think I do need to get some spaces for the rears just to bring it up a little bit, especially when I have my drawers and my rack on, because obviously the weight's quite substantial, so yeah, just need that little bit more just to lift it up. So because of all this, because I put the coils on, I bought a new AMK air compressor for it, because I didn't know whether maybe the dryer had gone wrong or was a crack in the head or something like that. So I thought I'll rule it out and buy a new. I didn't buy a Land Rover one because they're like 400, 500 quid, something stupid. I just bought £140 one, aftermarket jobby. So I've still got that on there. I probably could have took it off and got my money back, which would be the sensible thing, but I'm a Land Rover owner, so yeah, that says it all. I'm going to try, because obviously I've got that compressor sitting there, it's not doing anything. So I'm going to try and use that and the tank that's there, because the tank's fine, and use that as my compressor for my truck. Obviously at the moment I've got this one in here, just a eBay jobby. It's decent enough, it cuts out when it gets to the pressure, but the only trouble is because I've got it linked up, you see, I don't know if you can see here I've got my quick connector just bolted in here. So then I put on my Susie, but because of the length of the Susie, the pressure builds up in that as it gets to the tyre, and it thinks the tyre's at that pressure, so it cuts out, which is not ideal. I mean, they're meant to take round each tyre with a short bit of tube, so, or bit of line, so it doesn't do that, doesn't build up too much pressure in the actual line. So yeah, I thought that if I can have, if the air, I don't know where the pipes go because I haven't looked yet, but if the air compressor pipe outlet goes straight to the tank, if not, I'll make it go straight to the tank, and then I'll tee off and bring an air line up, probably along the chassis sort of thing, up through, probably come through the back light, and then into this quarter here, and drill up, and then have something, have it mounted up here. What I've got is, I just bought a little regulator and gauge off eBay, just put an elbow on it, and then I put a quick fit, so it's the same as that on this end, and then a push fit, plastic push fit for the pipe to go in there. So that's going to sit there somewhere where that one is really, and that'll work quite well. You'll be able to see what pressure, obviously the pressure will fluctuate for when I'm using it, because obviously it's on the same line rather than a separate line, but that's not really a problem. The only thing is it's not going to have a cut off once it gets to a certain pressure, because I haven't got, well, I can't be bothered to do that really. I bought a blow off valve at the other end of the compressor tank, or the air tank. There's a drain valve, so I'm hoping to take that drain valve out and then drill a hole through that, tap it, and then thread this in. This is actually, I think this is 200 psi, which is plenty. The tanks, I read up, the tanks are rated to 333 psi, which is a stupid amount. I don't need that much. So I thought I'll get 200, I'll have plenty in there. The only thing I might need is a non-return valve. I don't know. I might try and rummage one of them up. Yeah, I've got all my bits here. Got a few connectors, a few joiners. I don't exactly know what I'm going to use. I'll probably have that as an airline just to blow the truck out, or if I'm working on mechanics or something on the side of the road, then I can do that. So that's my airline pipe that I'm going to use to run it up. I've got loads there. And then for power, I've got, well, I've got one of these switches on order, just a compressor saying air compressor instead of a water pump, but it's the same, exactly the same switch, so I can put this in for now and then swap it once I get it. So I bought some 4-core wire, and what I'm going to do is I've realised at the front there is, on the relay, I'll show you, but anyway, the wire is going to come in through here, follow where, because I've got my, you can see it very well, I've got my dual battery charging for when my second battery is in the back here. That's all wired, so that this wire here will follow that through. I also need, because I haven't run an earth back to the battery for that, so I also need a earth up here because it's starting to cut out and things. So being that's why I got 4-core. So I'm going to run an earth for that, and so that will solve that problem. And then 2 other wires will come to the switch, which I'm going to put somewhere, I don't know where yet, somewhere up there, out of the way. And then I'll have a spare wire just in case for my next project of sorts. But yeah, I'll go and explain what I mean about the relay. Here we are in the bonnet. I've just taken the battery cover off and then the fuse box cover off. As you can see on here, the one with the arrow up in the Land Rover, that's your suspension. So I've just whipped it out here. That's going to stay out now. And I tried this before. The 2 opposites, so, oh sorry, the light's rubbish. That one there and that one that side. I put a 20 amp fuse or something in here and crossed them 2. If I do that now, put that one. Now it's low current, so you haven't got to worry about the wires getting too hot when they're crossing. But you can hear, you can't really see, but you can hear that the air pump is now, or air compressor is now running. So that's how I'm going to get it to switch on and off. So, oh, I lost that wire. I will run my 2 wires out of my 4-core into there, and then run it with these wires and all the way back to the truck. Obviously put it on the switch, so then when I switch on, that does bridge those 2, which then in turn turns the compressor on. That's a theory. So hopefully that should work out. Now I'm going to take off the cover and stuff from my air compressor and see what the pipe works like, to see how direct it is to the tank, and if not, I'm going to make it direct and we'll go from there. Right, it's all rather very close here, but I'm afraid I don't have a ramp, so you have to be quite zoomed in. So I've taken the cover off, just the 2 bolts on the side, and then they unclips and practically falls on you. So you can see the air compressor up there. I've just taken this valve block here off. It's got I can't really see, sort of rubber grommets that hold it up there, so you can just push them up and pull it out. So I'll put my light somewhere, it'll stay. So I've taken this pipe off, which comes from the pipe over this side of the compressor. I believe that's, no, I think that one's intake at the top. I don't actually know what that one is. There's 3, and I am a little bit, can't quite work out. Obviously got intake and then the outlet, but I'm not entirely sure what the 3rd one's for. Someone probably will know. Anyway, I don't know where it gets the air as well. That does confuse me, but I'm presuming they've put it up out the way. Oh no, it's in the cabin, in the boot somewhere, isn't it? That's where it is. Yeah, it's up there somewhere, so obviously it doesn't get any water in it, which makes sense. So I've just taken this one off out of potluck, and I just switched the compressor on. I'm getting a good airflow out of this pipe. So what I'm going to do, this one here goes to the tank. You can't really see. Hang on. On the wrong bit, that would help. There. So that's where that goes. There's only one inlet outlet. So that pipe can... So I'm going to cut this one off and then join it. I'll probably cut it on this straight and cut it on that straight and there, and then join them 2 together, and then that should be pumping it straight into the tank. he hopes. So cut the pipes and join the outlet up to the directly to the tank. So that one goes up here, around here, and then straight to the tank. And then I've put in a T and then a because this is a 6mm pipe and I've got 8mm, so I've just got an adapter to go to 6 to 8. So I'm gonna now get my pipe. I'm just gonna plug it in and then plug it into the gauge and see if it actually works before I go and plumb all the pipe into the back of the truck, because otherwise there's no point. The one out here I've just melted over just to seal it, just in case, you know, there's any drawback of air somewhere, because there's still a line attached somewhere. I don't know, you know what landers are like, there are things everywhere. I think I might just do the same with that one, just to make sure no dirt gets in there, in case it does get back to the compressor. But apart from that, yeah, we'll see if this line goes. I mean, I did, when I cut this, there was still a load of pressure in the tank, so that's something good that it's holding. We'll see. Right, pipes on, regulators on, everything's tight. I'm gonna pop these wires in. God, look at that lift. Imagine if it was that high. I should have put a big lift kit on it. Can't really reach the bonnet now though, so it doesn't help. Put that in there. Put that in there. There we go. Right. So compressor's on. Hopefully that should be feeding into the line and feeding down here. So theoretically this now should build up. I mean, the tank is completely empty, so or will it work? I haven't got the regulator up. What's going on here? I've got to lift it up. Can't multitask. Here we go, look. Here we go. It's working. I don't know what it's going to go up to. Obviously I haven't got the roll valve on yet, so you can't let it go too high. Although you can go up to 333, so that's pretty good. I'm just going to grab, if I get the Susie, what do I need? If I just use this for a moment. It's a bit awkward because I need about 10 hands. Right, I'll plug this into the Susie, he says. Ow, 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 ow. Easier said than done with one hand. 1 second. Right, okay, so it's in. We've got air, but obviously there wasn't a lot in there, so it's dropped the pressure quite quickly. I put my thumb over it. Obviously it's going to catch. All I really need to know is whether it'll build up enough to pop that there. Let this build right up. I quite know what. See if it goes to its almost max, to be fair. Isn't going to hurt. Hopefully any wires on there. Come on. Right, it's not set on fire yet. About 120, so I'll turn it off there. I think I know it pumped up enough. just unplug that. Mildly warm, but nothing of any sort. So I'll just give it a second and see, make sure it does hold. And we haven't got any leaks. It's annoying because we've got the airline in the workshop is behind me, and it's that's leaking a little bit, so I can hear hissing. But I'm pretty sure it's not actually the truck. There's no movement. Definitely no movement suddenly, so that's good. So I just put the lance on the end. Yeah, there's plenty of pressure there, so that's good. Cool. I think we're going to plumb that in. I'm just taking the end drain valve out of the tank so I can put the blowout safety valve in. You won't believe it. 24mm. It just undid with a spanner. Didn't even take much at all. So yeah, that shocked me for sure. Alright, there we go. It's pretty clean. So I'll go and drill and tap that now. So there we go. Took it out, drilled it and tapped it. Not the best because it is brass, so that was a bit tricky, but just about managed to do it. I've put some Loctite on there, as well as some PTF tape. So I'll let that dry before I actually run it up, just to make sure that it holds properly. And yeah, that's sorted. And we are in. So we're mounted up on there. Everything's tight, see what's in the way. I have had to cut the cubby box about a bit, but that doesn't matter, it's a minor issue. You're not really going to see it anyway because the fridge sort of sits here, only just enough room to get your hand. Put the switch on here, just thought that's easiest. Obviously it's the water one, but I will change that for the pump. I have sort of enabled my cubby box to be used again. Obviously got the wires there, but that's not too bad, there's no way. Yeah, so that's rigged up. The wire all comes through and up and in. Same with the pipe, it goes all the way through the back. Flick it on, and you can't see it climbing. It's very slow. There you go. But yeah, all is good. Nice and quick fits on here. Lifted, put the seatbelt in the way. So that's in, ready, primed, and then yeah, just put my whatever I'm blowing up, put that on the end, and I'm good to go. Much better than, I mean that's fine, but yeah, it's worked really well. Jobbed.